And when I say issues, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be anything in your life that you have been ignoring, anything that you need to pour into, any seed that you need to water. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, babies? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, MissErinYvette, and today is another Expressed by E. So I am in my studio. I actually went and got vaccinated for the COVID-19 vaccine. I got that last Monday. And so today is Wednesday of the following week, and I'm finally feeling better. I wanted to do this video for a while, but like I said, I've been kind of sick. I don't know if you guys got the vaccine or not, but it gave me some crazy little, side effects. So I'm glad I'm finally feeling better. Today, we're going to be discussing, of course, some real-ish, giving my little testimony, and just chatting with you guys. If you're new to my channel, I love doing Express by Ease, which is where I basically sit down and, discuss things that are going on in life, discuss things along like my mental health journey and just things that I've been learning within myself. And today's video is going to be basically something that I feel like I went through a couple years ago, but it's also something that I'm noticing a lot in like people around me. And so I feel like it's a very important topic to talk about. I don't know what happened a particular day, but I actually wrote this down twice to do this video on this topic for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. If you are not already a member of the squad, go ahead and tap that button. It's free. We would love for you to join the fam, and we like to have fun over here. Okay. So the topic, of course, if you didn't read the title, is basically, sis, you got to stop running from things. If you click this title, it's because either you've been running or you know somebody who has. And I'm hoping that this video will resonate with you. I don't know if you've heard this, right? But no matter how hard you try to tell yourself that you don't give a fuck or that you don't care, your actions will always say otherwise. I don't know what situation it is that you might be running from, but I'm honestly going to tell you, you cannot outrun God. You can't. If you have faith and you believe in God, then you'll know that God is the head of everybody's life, or he should be. And if that's the way that you live your life, as I live mine, then I believe that there is nothing that is not intentional. There is nothing that happens under the sun, as my mom would say, that God does not have control of, that God did not allow, that God isn't doing for some purpose or greater reason. And for me, I pray every day and constantly that whatever God is doing, you get the glory out of my life regardless. And so with that being said, if there's something going on in your life, how do you think you're going to outrun God? How do you think you're going to out-manipulate God? You know what I'm saying? Specifically me. Everybody knows about how I felt about going to school in Tallahassee. And I ruined myself to some extent. I won't even say ruined, but I made life so much harder at Florida State, genuinely. Messing up my credit, losing friendships, just going through a lot of things that I didn't have to do, wasting money, wasting time, emotionally like just distraught, because I did not want to accept my reality. And I think that's a main issue with a lot of people, is they feel like they don't have to accept where they are right now in life. And the sooner you do that, the better off you're going to be in the long run, because you can assess where you are. You can therefore make the actions according to that assessment. For example, it doesn't matter what city you live in. The current situations that you're facing right now will be just that. Have you ever literally gone on a trip just to get away or to distract yourself from something? Have you gone to the bar to drink, and then when you sobered up, your situation was still there? It's the same thing in life with anything. You cannot outrun your issues. I feel like a lot of people, specifically in my generation, are trying to outrun their issues, and you're costing yourself more in the long run to do that than to just accept where you are. And that's why I'm starting to have a love-hate relationship with growing pains, because even though growing pains suck and, it's uncomfortable and it is painful indeed, the outcome of growing pains is nothing but pure growth. And more than likely, it's something that people can't take away from you because you didn't cheat your way to get there. And I think that's the beauty of being on a journey and of knowing yourself, of finding yourself, is that if you keep avoiding it, you'll never be able to see the fruit of your labor. You'll never be able to see the growth out of the growing pain, because whether you believe it or not, you're going to have to go through it. You're going to hurt regardless. That's how I feel. So you might as well get something out of the situation. I've seen a lot of my girlfriends that are dealing with guys right now that just think that, oh, if I go out on vacation, my problems will go away. I know a lot of men in my life, a lot of my homeboys who have like financial situations. And instead of assessing their finances, you would rather spend more money to look like you got something going on when you know you don't. And so you're putting yourself in more debt, worsening your current situation instead of just acknowledging and facing it. And again, right now I'm using petty issues because I'm trying to stop throwing people under the bus. But I really felt like this is something that my generation needs to hear. Why is it that we're afraid to acknowledge our truest self? Like, why are we afraid to say, like, this is where we are in our lives? Some people are honestly afraid to accept that they're the toxic person in the situation. So you'll constantly go around life blaming everybody for everything that happens to you instead of just accepting, dang, I got an issue and I need to assess it right now. I don't want to be, me personally, I don't want to be 40, 50 years old, still trying to go through my childhood issues of what my daddy did to me, what my mama said to me. And these are just examples. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be in my 40s still having PTSD from my first love when he broke my heart in high school. And I know we can laugh and kiki about it, but real life, I feel like everybody's dealing with something, even if it's small and minute, something that you're just running away from. What is it that you're avoiding? What is it that is honestly holding you back on your growth, on your journey? Because I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm content with where I am. I'm good in my love life. I'm good in my friendships. I'm good in my education. I'm good in my spirituality. But you can always excel and grow. And I feel like a lot of times lately, we are holding ourselves back. Just listening to the way some of my friends talk, just listening to the way some females talk on social media, just listening to my generation. It's like people are honestly afraid. And y'all think that just by moving to Atlanta, or getting a new credit card, buying a new car, getting a new condo, buying some new Gucci shoes is not going to solve your problems. It's not. We got to start going to therapy, y'all. We got to start a piggy bank, getting a savings account, saving coins, telling people no. No, we can't afford to go on that girl's trip. No, I have to study, so I can't mentally. Right now, I can't do that. I've been triggered all week. Start telling people, no, I got to just stay home and sit on my couch by myself and listen to my own voice because mentally I can't afford that right now. When you start acknowledging what is the issues in your life and you start assessing that and moving forward with the action that you need to correct those issues, I swear your life will completely change. And honestly, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I feel like this is something you have to continuously work on. That's what the growth part is, right? But this is something that I had a hard time with in college. And so looking at some of my friends go through it now, looking at some people online go through it now, it's crazy enough, y'all, as easy as it sounds. But just as easy as it is to ignore a situation and pretend like it's going to go away, just like we pretend and procrastinate on our homework. Some people pretend and procrastinate to pay their bills. Some people pretend and procrastinate to go to the doctor. Whatever the issue is in your life, like I'm literally challenging you to face it head on. Like for real. Lately, I saw a tweet or a post. Somebody said, faith the size of a mustard seed. And that really spoke to me for real. Because that's all you need. It does not take much to create that domino effect in your life for good things to keep flowing, for blessings to keep flowing in your life. And I think depending on who you're around, depending on your mindset, depending on how you speak, because words speak life, all of that is affecting your life. And if you're ignoring these issues that sometimes we cause on ourselves, maybe we're our own downfall. That's honestly what I'm seeing a lot. People don't want to hear that. But sometimes your biggest enemy really is you. And I don't want to be here all day. I ain't going to hold y'all. But I really just wanted to come on here and say that. There are a lot of things in my life that I need to work on. You guys can see this in my vlogs. I'm starting to go to specific doctors for things I've been dealing with since I was a child concerning, my sinuses. It could be something minute. It could be wanting to start a new savings account. For me this year, I have wanted to travel internationally for a while. And when I say issues, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be anything in your life that you have been ignoring. Anything that you need to pour into, any seed that you need to water, that's what I'm talking about. Stop ignoring that, because no one's going to do that for you. You got to do that for yourself. I feel like a lot of issues people have, they try to blame the government. They'll blame their parents. They'll blame their friends. They'll blame their spouse. They'll blame everybody around them but themselves for their current situation. I don't want that to be us, sis, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's stop running from our issues. Comment down below, what is something that you used to run from in the past? I'll go ahead and say it. For me, I used to run from getting close to people in relationships. So the past couple of years, I've really worked on being more communicative and being open, being willing to say I'm sorry, and also being willing to forgive someone. Because for a long time, I used to be that person that was like, I can't forgive somebody for doing something that I would never do. But that's crazy, because I'm the only person that's me. Nobody has my heart. Nobody was raised like I was. Even my sister, you know what I'm saying? We're two different people. So to go about life having that mindset that someone's going to do something that I would do, that's like creating a space for disappointment. Another thing would be, I used to not have no money. Money used to burn in my hand, y'all. And I used to always say, this is when I was like growing up and I didn't have a job. I used to get mad that my mom and my daddy wouldn't do certain stuff for me, right? And I was like, but I make straight A's and I'm a good girl, so I deserve all this stuff. It wasn't that they weren't giving me money or allowance. It was that I didn't know how to save no darn money. I didn't know how to prioritize what I wanted. So I felt like I deserved everything. And even though I do deserve everything, that taught me the importance of working harder. The more that I want, the more Coop gotta work. You hear me? And so over the years, again, those are just petty little things, petty little examples, but I really want you to focus in on, what can I assess in my life to get to that next level? What issues am I ignoring that I need to water? What seeds do I need to water in my life to see better growth? That is what I'm challenging you with today. Whew, it's hot, y'all. I need to get me some lemonade. I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.